We're going live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm teacher Casey, and I'm here with Cindy, Mary, and I think Amanda's trying to join us as well. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Oh, it's great to see you, Kasie. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Amanda.
Hello.
And we have teacher Kelly is already in the chat. She was making sure she didn't get a teacher no-show today. Hey, Kelly. So for those of you on here,
Yay.
Hey, put in the chat, what is your plan or what are your plans for summer for teaching? We'd love to know as well. So, hey guys, you want to introduce yourselves and say hello real quick?
Sure.
Let's see. Mary, I think you signed in first today.
Okay. I'm Mary Maple from Thrive with Mary, and I have been a teacher. I just signed my 8th contract, so I've however long that makes me with VIPKid. And I'm not sure what else to say. I only teach for VIPKid at this point, and I'm also a Pampered Chef consultant. So
love it. I love your shirt. It's super cute. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one too.
It's like a jersey.
It's very fun.
Favorite
it
ones.
is. Yeah, I like this. I have no idea where I got it, but I do like it.
Oh, cool. All right, Cindy, I think you're next.
Okay, my name's Cindy, and I have the VIPKid iPad users group. So if you're not a part of that, join that. It's a very handy dandy tool to have as a backup. Or some people teach from it and they love it. They teach from it for all their classes. And I teach for VIPKid and a couple other companies. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm trying to drum up subscribers. So if you know any, send them my way.
Yes, definitely go check out her channel, Cindy Bennett. It's easy to find her channel. You'll see her. I think Amanda's trying to get her camera working here.
I'm so sorry. I got problems over here.
We'll say hi to you as well, Amanda.
Right? Like high
five. We all finished, Cindy? Sorry if I interrupted you. I'm sorry. I'm having so many problems. Well, it's a good problem to have. I'm Amanda Panda Teacher from amandapandateacher.com, an online professional teacher and technology training coach. I teach ManyCam and Google Apps tools for teachers. Well, goodness gracious, I should be prepared and ready. But yesterday, Amazon delivered me a little upgrade. So I have new lights, and now I don't know how to set anything up. So it's a big mess. So I've been playing for the last half hour and like fixing things and moving stuff. So I've got problems, but I won't soon. I moved from garage lights, the kind you clip and clamp in the garage, with tissues and rubber bands, to LED panels. And so I look glorious. You can see every little brown spot and everything in online teaching, but I haven't set it up for ManyCam yet. So I've got a fun green screen problem happening, but pretty soon I should be beautified. But yes, look at the difference of the light. My goodness, how bright and everything is. $44. They're called Neewer, Neewer, and they're like little panels that are on a tripod. So brand new to me. I've always had DIY lights, and I've got an online teaching upgrade. So I'm excited, but it's kind of messy now. So please pardon all my cuckoo mess here. I also wanted to share, I have a link I put in my little view here, amandapandateacher.com/summer. I just blogged about my summer plans.
Oh, wow.
And I put a guide to what I did this summer to get my profile updated, so I'm all ready. So if you're looking for tips for teaching for the summer, this is my 4th summer. So these are how I'm moving from mornings to only teaching evenings. Thank you, Jesus. No more early morning wake ups through the summer. So anyways, I have all my plans set up, but you can grab that link. So I'm going to turn my camera off and play and get my green screen fixed. But so glad to be with you. Sorry to be all this teacher hand interrupter. So
it's all good. So hey, Kim, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Hey, you want to say hi and where friends can find you?
Sure. My name is Kim, and I do have a YouTube channel, ESL Teacher Kim. I'm not on there very much. I need to get back into it. And otherwise, you'll just find me teaching, or you can email me. My email is attached to there, so you can email me. That's the best way to reach me anymore. But pretty much I just teach a lot. I just got done teaching. That's why I was running late today. So.
And if people want more information about what companies you teach for, you want to let them know?
Yeah, sure. So weekly I teach for Varsity Tutors. That's what I just finished with. OutSchool, of course, VIPKid, and then iTutor Group are the 4 companies I teach for each week.
Great.
So we're busy.
The chat is moving today. Hey, Shalene. Shalene from Gastoria is here. Nice to have you. And Rebecca. Rebecca said, hi, she might add some more evenings for the summer. Stephanie says she has the same VIPKid t-shirt, Mary.
Oh, cool. Does
That's
she
awesome.
remember where she got it from? Because I can't remember.
Yeah, let us know. I'd love to know too. It's super cute. Oh,
I've seen it on Etsy.
Okay, that could be.
Yeah. Does Mary still teach for OutSchool? That was a question from Kelly.
Not at this point. I've put everything, I've archived everything. So I may go back to that. I'm actually thinking once I get a little bit of time of checking out KidPass.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rebecca said, oh, she's going to work VIPKid short notice and lots of OutSchool for the summer. So, hey, Brick Girls Go Stateside, thanks for coming. Stephanie said, me too, Kelly. I decided I need some time off OutSchool for the summer. Oh, did I just read that funky? I decided I need some time off OutSchool for the summer. Not completely off, but I'm not going to go nuts with summer camps. I'm working more VIPKid a bit too. Awesome. I think I missed something from Kelly. Oh, there's Kelly's. Guys, I swear I scrolled to the top and now I'm seeing more. Trying to cut back at OutSchool. I will work more at VIPKid when I take days off from OutSchool. Interesting. Kelly said, I want to be able to do things with my kids. Working early and being done has its advantages. Yeah, I know. I like having things scheduled like early morning so then I teach and just go get things done. It kind of sets you up for success sometimes, doesn't it? So let's see. Rebecca said this will be her 5th summer teaching online. Speaking of that, so my first real summer was during COVID. So wow. I don't really have a clue. What have your summers been like? What's your experiences? Everyone's
Goodness.
I can go first.
Think back.
I can go first.
Go ahead, Amanda.
So my first summer 2 years ago was the month that I taught the most classes ever. I'm from California, and so Pacific Coast time, our wake up times with VIPKid are very early. So the summer that I taught, my very first summer in August, I think it was 185 classes. I never teach that many because that would mean basically like 2 a.m. wake ups every single morning, 7 days a week. So what I did was I taught a split schedule. I just did 4 to 6 in the morning, and then I did 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And these are all PST times. So my experience in the summer was that was the summer I built my business. This was 2 summers ago, because was that 3 summers ago? 3 summers ago, because this is my 4th summer. And then I have changed how I currently teach. In the summer, last summer, I did a mix of morning and evenings, not as many classes. I never have ever done 185 classes in a month. That was just one stellar month. My husband was like, wow, what happened? And I was like, yeah, I never cooked dinner for like all the summer. The kids were on their own and they ate whatever, because starting at 5:30, I worked those split times. So, it is everyone's experience will be a little bit different. This summer will be interesting. I think we have an influx of teachers looking for jobs and teaching, and a little less population of students. So there's an imbalance there. There's lots of people struggling with bookings. And truly the trick is going to be to get everything set up in your profile the right way. I know we've said this before and given advice about that. That's what my little tips are in that little guide that I made. It's all about being competitive. So you're got to have a profile that attracts people. If you're the same picture you had 3 years ago, go and change it today. You've got to get all of the certifications for supplementals. Like all the bookings are going to go to the teachers that I really have been pushing so that in the summer, my schedule opens up. I swap from the mornings to the evenings, and I see kids that I hadn't seen since the previous summer. I have very limited slots, so I don't really have to worry about my bookings. But when I first started, I had to really build my business.
Right.
So if you're building this summer, it's all going to be about strategy, being competitive, updating everything, and teaching really amazing classes.
Yeah. Awesome advice. And if you're new, we've said this on here many times. If you're new, you are kind of like at the top of the list. So you want to make sure that your profile is ready and your video. I know sometimes they say just throw something up there, but really it's better to be prepared and ready with a good video since you are promoted when you first start. So, yeah.
You can record a video in one take. So if you really plan and think out, go look at some samples. I have samples on my YouTube channel. Many of us do. Go look at a few samples and then really make it your personality to be shown. Have a nice looking background. I happen to green screen, but I didn't when I first started. Look at teacher Mary's background. Everything's balanced. She has different levels of things. It makes it nice to look at her. If you don't have a fun, engaging background, when parents see that introduction video and it's blah, 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 they're going to skip over to the next teacher. So there are thousands of teachers. It's going to be very competitive. And teachers are going to open more slots than they ever did before. So, I mean, it can be good for some people because I have more time availability, but for others, it will be more difficult to get bookings if you don't have a competitive looking profile and everything's not set up. So go get some tips to help you.
I'm getting nervous.
Don't be nervous. Cindy, you're an established teacher, so you shouldn't have any problems. Like it's if you're not an established teacher, summer can be really rough. It can be really, really rough because you don't have regulars who are looking for you. You don't have many followers that are looking at your schedule when you open more slots. As soon as I open my summer slots, all the kids that never saw me for a long time, oh, there's teacher Amanda. Oh, she has this one open. I'm going to go take this one so that they're getting notifications. And I WeChat message all my parents too. So I make schedule changes to my schedule that are pretty drastic. I go from more summer to mornings to evenings. I only could do that because I WeChat message all my regulars and they go back to fill my slots. Basically, when I want my schedule to be is when they can get me. And so if they want me, they got to take that spot that's how it works for me. But yeah.
And those are really good points, Amanda. I think that when I first started my first summer, one of the things that really helped me build were those supplementary classes. So I think that's one of the things people are looking for them. And even though, you may not have taught them before, they're fun. If you can put your energy into them, make them creative, make them fun, you're going to get some long-term students that way. So to me, that's the fun part of summer is teaching something different than what you're used to teaching. It adds variety, it adds interest.
Yeah, Cindy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, since you kind of pick up on that with if somebody's watching this and they're new, if it's your first summer, like my first summer, I opened up as many slots as I could. I did evenings, I did weekends. I just, I would open up whatever I could. I was not one of those that got booked, when I opened the slot and it was just boom, they're all booking. I had to open a lot and I'd get a few. And then I would just like say, okay, I have 5 that day. I'll close out the rest of them. I didn't try to do like 10 in a row or anything like that. So the first summer, you kind of do what you have to do to just kind of get some students, on your following list. And then after that, like after you've been with the company a couple years, now I'm to the point where I can say, I only want to open the ones I actually want to teach. Yeah. And sometimes like, if I don't want to teach a certain day, I close them all out, so you have more control over your schedule once you've been with the company. But, there's always that thing where, some teachers report, it hasn't happened to me yet, but some teachers report that, all of a sudden they're not getting bookings. So you have to be careful to like Amanda said, stay fresh, stay ready, have a good reputation with the students that you do teach. And if something does happen and you have a lull, you have to be willing to go in and refresh, maybe do some times that you didn't want to do at first and kind of refresh yourself. I'm actually going away next week. So previously I was like, yeah, I'm going to teach on vacation. This is a great job. You could teach even when you're on vacation. And now I'm like, I'm not teaching. I need a vacation.
Exactly.
So, we're all at different stages, and what one does doesn't mean that's what the other one will do.
Yeah.
And so I am a little like, I don't want to refuse those bookings, but I do hear some people going on vacation, they come back, the students are coming back, and everything's okay. So that's what I'm planning on. And I just wanted to say too that, the students, they, it gives them a chance to maybe have another teacher, or maybe they'll take a break too. Maybe they're going to take a break. Because I don't know about you guys, but I had some students today that were really tired, yesterday that were like older kids even. Yeah. They're just like, maybe they're at a point where they're being pushed right now and they are really tired. And so for me, I'm going to keep up with my VIPKid. Normally how I've done it. I like what Kelly said as far as, those morning hours for me, Eastern, doing a few classes in the morning and getting paid every week and still having the rest of the day is a really awesome deal. Yeah. So I'm planning on keeping up with that deal and doing a little bit of out school also. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I am going to take a break, and I'm going to take a real break.
Did any of you get... Oh yeah, she did. Did any of you get the new sight word certification?
I did.
I love
maybe I did. I can't remember.
I did. I went back and got all my certificate, except I don't want to do the book report one, and I don't want to do the writing one. I just was like,
I skipped those two.
If the kid is tired, I don't want to have to be like, and then get a bad review because I couldn't drag it out of them, But if I had a kid like today, I had the best student probably I've ever had. We had the picture of Einstein, and he said he's the smartest kid in his class, and his friends call him Einstein of English. And I'm like, that's the first time I've ever taught anybody that told me they were the first in their class.
That's cool. They always want to be the first in class.
Yeah.
So that's amazing that he is.
Second or third. Yeah.
Totally cool.
So Kim,
he was good too.
Oh, sorry.
Do I, Kasie?
Sorry, go ahead.
Kim, do you have plans for the summer? Is your schedule changing? I mean, you are a hard worker.
I will probably open even more hours than I do now. I tend to open more evening hours come summer. During the school year, it's harder to get kids. With one of the other companies I work with, I can get adults, but adults just drain you. And I don't like to do back-to-back a lot of those. Kids, I can do back-to-back and it doesn't faze me. Throw me in a few adults and it's like, ugh, I don't want to do it. So
what is it about the adults that's harder? I'm just curious.
Well, it's harder when there's like 6 of them and you have higher level adults and you're trying to make sure everyone gets a chance to talk on every single slide, make sure everyone gets a chance to read. It just is harder when there's a lot more of them. Now, a small group of adults are not so bad, obviously. It's just like talking with y'all. But when it's a bigger group, the bigger it is, and you only have 45 minutes and there's 14 slides, it doesn't sound like, oh, that would take long. No, you really are just over time and pushing it. And
it's a lot of moderating.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of moderating, and you don't want to cut anyone off because that's kind of rude, but and it's just... I don't like judging.
Is that iTutor? Is that the company?
It is with iTutor group. So I will probably open more night classes. Actually what I usually do for summer is I open with VIPKid first. And then whatever doesn't book with VIPKid, I close those slots, open it with iTutor group, because I can open iTutor group within 4 hours and get booked in the summer. So I'd rather get the VIPKid because I get the pay sooner. And I already get, like I said, I've already taught 163 classes this month. Only 31 of those are with VIPKid. The other 130 are with iTutor group. So I can easily get classes over there. So I really like to build up VIPKid in the summer. So that's what I usually try to do. When I first started, so this will be my 4th summer as well. My first summer, I had just started with VIPKid and I wasn't getting that many bookings. So that's when I opened iTutor Group, and it just, between the 2 companies, blew up by August. The one thing I would say for newer teachers, if you get the chance to do the power slots and you have the tokens, do it, especially this summer. I have some new regulars that I've gotten from doing the power slots back when my bookings slowed down, maybe back in the earlier spring. So you get new regulars that way. So open them if you can. It's only like 3 slots, 300 tokens, but sometimes you can, especially if you take the time and really build that rapport with them, because it tells you power slot on there. So if you take the time, you build that rapport, you can get some new students that way too.
Nice. So there's a question in here for you, Kim. It says, Kim, long time no see. How are you? From Candy.
Well, Candy, I am doing well, just busy, busy, busy. Like I said, with the 4 companies each week, juggling all that, it's just busy. But otherwise, I'm just not around much. I'm sorry.
She's awesome.
It's
but I
good
appreciate
that you're here
when you can.
Well, like I said, I had a tutoring, I tutor with Varsity Tutors during the daytime. For a while, I had a 3 o'clock student that was the only time they had available, which is the time this starts. So I wasn't able to come for a while. Now he's not doing it now because he's finally up to where he needs to be reading wise. So he stopped, and my 2 o'clock student, if he doesn't need me to go over, I can come. So that's what I had to do today. I had to finish with him. We're reading Old Yeller. So we had to finish reading that and discuss the fact that he doesn't think that he should kill deer. And yeah, it was funny. Interesting discussions.
So I'm going to check the chat real quick. Let's see. Kelly said she posted a summer camp and took it down 2 days later. Stephanie, yes, and just showing up to teach and not having to think much has its advantages. Yeah, that's true. That is a really good thing with VIPKid. Has anyone gotten any weekday night VIPKid bookings yet? Seems like my regulars are not off for the summer yet.
No.
Yeah.
No. So it's mid-June that all of that transition starts to happen. So for me, I actually am going to Georgia. I'm going to travel. We're going to get on an airplane and fly to visit my husband's family. We haven't seen them. We're going to Dacula, Georgia. It's north of Atlanta. We're going to go to Lake Hartwell.
I'm going to Georgia too.
Nights. You are. I'm going to be there for 3 weeks in June. So June 4th through 25th.
Oh, I'm going to be there around there. I might be on my way back on the 4th though.
So I'm excited, but what I'm doing is I'm closing off 2 weeks of VIPKid classes. So that's a really easy transition into my summer schedule. So this week and next week are my last days of early morning wake ups until September. Oh, I'm so happy over here. And then in June, mid-June, I will start a little early. So the week of, let me give you dates so that everyone who needs to know dates and has them. So the week of June 21st, 20th, I will start transitioning over. And that will be right when about kids will start ending school and start on doing transition. But commonly in July, they will do summer camps through their school. So the bulk of kids will be doing other things because they'll be doing camps and other stuff. But then August is when that's when I got all those bookings, because August is when the kids really aren't doing other summer programs. They'll pump up a bit of VIPKid classes and you'll get a bit more then. So it's middle of June, July, all of July and August. And then September 1st, I'm going to be crying. I'll go back to my mornings because the kids will be going back to school. And so in general, if you keep to around that schedule, that's about how summer bookings look. It will vary from school to school, just like we have many districts in America, a lot of them. So does China. So all of the schools will be a bit different. But if you keep to that kind of mid-June, all of July, all of August, and then start swapping back. I usually start kind of transitioning a bit the end of August, the last week, and then September, definitely no more night. The good times are over.
Except the weekends, right, Amanda? Except Friday, Saturday night.
So I will go back to Friday night. So right now I'm doing Tuesday morning, Friday morning, 4 classes, so 4 and 4, and then Friday night. Yes, I book solid Friday night, so I get all those classes. I could teach I could teach from 5:30 p.m. Pacific all the way through the night if I wanted to, but I do not want to because I had been awake that morning at 4 a.m. So I only do 5 or 6 classes on Friday nights, and then that's all. So I'm just a part-timer. I really cut my schedule and kept my regulars. But in the summer, I will do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So that would be 8:30 Eastern, all the way till 10 o'clock at night. So like 11, 12, 1 o'clock your guys' time and East Coast time. So all of those will book solid. That would be a good time if you're looking to pick up bookings because the kids want to get their classes done before they go do other activities in the day. So that 5:30 slot, that 6 o'clock, which is the first evening slot for all of us. So that's the trick.
Yeah, that was my experience too. When I started in August, I had a really huge August, and September was great. I was really shocked at the amount, but I think they get a lot of new students. Like, at the beginning of the year, you set yourself up for success, right? When you're so you're like, I'm going to do this school year and this school year. And I think they have a pretty big enrollment then. So let's see. Rebecca said kids don't have school July and August, so we can work every evening. Are you working every evening, Rebecca? Let's see. Stephanie said, I just ordered some mini ring lights that clamp on my desk, but they seem to have issues. I may return them and get the LED panels. Amanda, do you have an Amazon link? Are you
I
an
do.
Amazon affiliate?
I'll go find my link for what they were. They're really awesome. So $44. There's 2 of them that come on a stand. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully I'm not going to mess everything up. I can bring them around here so you can see what they look like. They're really cool. I wish I got these a long time ago. Can you see how bright I am? The difference is so different. So here's the little tripod thing, and then the light looks like this. And so it's a little panel.
Oh,
awesome.
And it's called Neewer, Neewer. So, well, I'm in the business space for online coaching and training. And I took a little workshop with a gentleman who's really awesome. And he suggests a $90 light called Elgato is the brand he suggests. But I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a teacher. I'm on a budget. I can't afford $90 for one light. And so he's like, how about this brand? And so I got these. There's the little box, Neewer is what they're called. So $44, and they're so much better. Everyone got those box giant lights. Mm-hmm. Don't go get those box giant lights. These are just as effective, and look at how small they are. So I have a corner desk, and this is my new suggestion. So, and look how bright I am. What a difference. And just 2 of them. So one is what they call key light in training, key light in the front, and then one on the side. And then I have another LED, my cheapo Walmart lamp. Whoops, right over there. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm going to break everything. So
I have a soft box light right behind me. I have a corner desk as well, so it kind of fits right in that little spot. So it kind of worked for me, but I have the little ones, but they're not Neewer. So I wonder if those must be better. They look good.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't have worked if I got a big soft box, like the big thing, because I just don't have that space. I have a whole cabinet in the corner. So it works for my setup.
Well, my corner desk is a corner, but it doesn't go in the corner. Oh, now I just messed with my video. I'm going to shut my video. Oh, there I am. But it doesn't have that corner space, so it fits perfectly back there. Let's see. We have a question. Has anyone had experience taking time off? Do kids come back? I'm taking 3 weeks off to take care of my elderly mother. Mary, you want to hit on that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I thought that's the other place for us to go in this conversation.
Yeah, please do.
And so last summer, I'm originally from Canada, so I went back home for 7 weeks. I taught for the 2 weeks that I was in quarantine. Because there was nothing else to do and you can't see anyone or go anywhere. And then the remaining weeks I took off. The important thing when you are taking a chunk of time off is just communicating that, whether it be in the last couple of classes leading up to the time you're taking off, or if you happen to have email or WeChat, finding a way to communicate what your plans are so that they know you're not just disappearing.
Right.
That you're planning on coming back and your approximate return time. I had absolutely no problem. But again, being where I am in my teaching career with VIPKid, I have pretty much just regulars. Once in a while, I have someone that swaps out and I get someone new in. But that was true for me with my regulars. But even before I had such a slate of regulars, I find that as long as I communicate my intentions, that taking time off has never been a problem. And I would say 2 years ago, like before the pandemic, I had like several, you know, go visit my mom for 2 weeks, then go see my son at whatever national park he's working at for a couple of weeks, and then go see my mom, like 2 week slots or 3 week slots 3 or 4 times during the year. And it's never been an issue for me. Now, I don't know if everyone else can say that, but for me, that's true. And this summer, my plans are to scale way back. I don't want to be opening more slots. I'm reducing my time, and I trust that whatever I want to open in the fall will fill, because that's just how my students respond to. And a lot of them like taking chunks of time off as well.
Right. It's a good time for that. Let's see. Awesome question. She has another one too. Oh, where'd it go? There we
I
are.
was gonna say too, I was sick in December and January. I canceled 29 classes because I had COVID and my family did too. I messaged parents on WeChat and let them know that I was canceling classes. The kids I was not connected with, I got a message like, "Teacher, are you ever going to come back to teach class again?" And I was like, "Come on, VIPKid. I canceled 29 classes for COVID. Like, you couldn't communicate." So all I did was write a reply. I wasn't offended. I was like, "Okay." I sent a little ticket back. "I have COVID. I will be back on this date teaching classes, and then I won't cancel anymore." Because the kid got 4 cancellations in a row from me. And I think just the message didn't get to the parent. And then I got the little message, and I wasn't offended. It wasn't VIPKid being crazy with me. It was just they were wondering like where I was because they love my classes. So I canceled all those classes. I came back and full slots all back again. I have taken multiple different traveling vacations, but I always communicate with regulars through WeChat. That is one of the benefits of being connected with them. I also send a message and feedback. So in feedback, the 2 weeks prior, and now that we have 4-week booking requests, it would actually need to be like the 4 weeks prior. I just tag on the end of every single one of my feedbacks: "Teacher is taking a vacation from this date to this date, no classes." And very simple sentences: start date, end date. You don't have to give a reason. I also use the word holiday with my students. So vacation is not what they're taught in their English like classes in China. So if you ask them, "How was your vacation?" they don't assimilate that word. So I say holiday, and they're like, "Oh yes, teacher, it's a holiday." And then I got a green screen background. "Are you having a holiday?" "Oh yes, teacher, it's a holiday." But so in that way, I think of the word and say it, and I tell the kid, "I will see you after teacher's holiday." "Yes, teacher, have a good holiday." So like they get the message from their parents from WeChat to know that I'm going to be off for whatever I will be. So I'm doing 2 weeks. In June, the first 2 weeks, I won't have any classes. So, and they come back again. But if you are a brand new teacher, like that's a little risky, tricky because if you get in the flow of parents getting bookings requests with you, you accept some 4 weeks and then you stop. It's kind of a bad time to do anything like that. And it can affect your future success because you get a role going and you get established classes and then you cancel a bunch. It can kind of shoot you in the foot a bit. So when I was a brand new teacher, I didn't travel for many weeks at a time. But now I have the luxury that I can. So I take the freedom to do what I want to do, and I teach the classes when I want to. So that's good for burnout for teachers. It's good for teacher happiness. I'm excited to go to the lake in June and have no computers and sit by the lake. I've got like books to read. My kids are going to kayak. We rented a house right by the water. Oh, if you're with me on Facebook, you'll see a ton of pictures on Instagram.
I'm like, wait a minute, Amanda Panda without a computer? I don't know. I don't know if I believe that one.
Actually, it's been wonderful. I have been so good. I have just found like I have to leave and go places where there's no internet. And if I do, that I don't look at my crappy phone anymore. So I've been taking our trailer. We have an RV away for the weekends, and we leave it there for three weeks. It stays in the RV park, and we go for the weekends, like a little weekend away, and there's no internet there. So I don't know. One weekend I read 3 books. Wow. It was amazing because I couldn't be on social media. I couldn't do any work for my business. I had to be like off the internet. So, hey, I just picked up some books and brought them, go swimming with our kids and hiking. So I can't wait till June because we're going to do 2 weeks and be in Georgia with family. So that will be fun. I'm staying with my in-laws for the first time ever. So wish me luck.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Cindy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, I just made a video about burnout. And it just came to me, I don't I'm not the kind of person that gets burned out, but after a while I'm like, why does my head hurt? Why does my back hurt? Maybe I need to take a break, kind of thing. Yeah. So that made the video. It was funny because a few other teachers on YouTube also made videos about burnout. But that's the thing, is that this is our job, that that's why we like this job, because we can do it our way. And when you feel like you need a break, you take a break, and that is going to renew your love for the job. It's not that we don't really, we're done with the job, I quit kind of thing. It's just, you have to have a balance. And I was going to say, with all that's gone on in the last year and a half, I think the teachers, maybe we did not realize, we taught through the Chinese kids and their scare, and then it comes to our country, and we just kept going. Like, we were just like ninjas, just keep going because we got to do it for the kids, right? And then after a while you realize, you need a break. And that's where I'm at right now. It's like, I've kept going, I've been consistent, and I'm like, when's the last time I actually took some time off? And so other teachers, evaluate, and don't feel bad if you have to take a break, because, this kind of job, we can push ourselves too hard without realizing it. But just stop and realize that, one of the perks of this job is that you can take a day off, and you can take a break, and, and that's why we really love this. We're the only ones pushing ourselves. So maybe take a step back. And I gave some ideas on maybe just taking a break without maybe taking a full 2 weeks off. If you can't do that, there are other things you can do to kind of like get off the treadmill there and just take some time off. The hamster wheel, yeah. Because that's what I'm doing, yeah.
And one of the ways that I find a break can come, if you can't take full days off, going from like 7 students to 3 students. Wow, that's a break, right? Yeah. It's like, yay, awesome.
Sometimes you sit in a no-show and you're like, oh, hey, it's okay, I'll just take a break.
Yeah.
I've started saying no to things that don't light me up. And so that's something I've learned in my training and business courses. So I did not like having a 3:30 a.m. class. I love the student, but it was a very low level too that was really hard to teach. And so I just closed the slot and I didn't accept his priority bookings anymore. I would only see him once a week on Tuesdays, and every Tuesday morning at 3:30 in the morning, I'd be like, oh my goodness, I have to do this. And I was not happy. So I cut that slot. I cut and only do 4 in the morning. So 4, 5, 4:30, 5, 5:30. And it just is so refreshing just to make even one slot change. And then to really cut the slot for a drag burner that was a great student. I love him. No problems, just very, very young and lots of energy, enticing. And so because of that, it takes my energy and I feel drained. And so it was okay to say no, because that did not light me up. And so it is nice to kind of have that freedom to select and choose. That is the benefit of this job. If you're not in Cindy's iPad group to learn how to use an iPad for traveling, that is how I'm going to travel and teach that 3rd week. I will be in Georgia. I am going to take my big gaming laptop because I'm going to do business while I'm there. But if I wasn't, I would just roll with an iPad, no headphones, just roll on out the door, get my internet, and go teach a few classes while I'm away traveling. That is the benefit of the job that we have. So you're free to pick when you want to work and then traveling and going, you can also do that too. So I teach in hotels or condos that we go and travel or my in-laws house. I already asked her to run me a little speed test. What's your internet, mom-in-law? So I know what it is there. So I don't know. It just, you have to make plans and do what's best for you to keep that burnout and the unhappiness. I think a lot of people are very unhappy in VIPKid land and world. And if you go in Facebook groups, my goodness, there are 1,000,000,000 posts every day of unhappy people. So close off the unhappy parts, unfollow the groups that don't light you up, and find the places that really make you happy. And say no to 3:30 slots for kids that drain you. And it's okay, because he'll find another teacher, and there are plenty of them, and that's good. And I'm happy to say no too. So that's my best advice.
I've had
I was going to give you another option for iPads. This is a Dell laptop. It actually will work as a tablet, or it's a laptop, and it's actually can take all the classes that the iPad can't, and you can get the pen to go with it so you can write on it. This is what I've switched to for travel, and it has been great because I can still teach, and it can teach because the level 1 classes, the pre-K classes, the group classes, you can't teach them on an iPad. And you obviously can't open the slots and know I'm going to get booked with this certain class when you're traveling. So I have found this to be the best purchase. So if you're looking to purchase a secondary device,
cool.
This is really cool. Oh, and
what is it called?
It is a Dell. It's a Dell tab. It's called a tablet laptop, but it also has its own built-in stand. The computer does, and so does the case. But it's
so it's like a computer, but it's
it is a full laptop, but it's just like a but it's like a tablet too. Has its own stand, so you can stand it up. You don't need to take anything else with you, stands or anything else. You can literally just take it with you, and it works great.
So the other question is, how long does it take you to get into the class?
It's faster than my actual computer that I teach on, that I'm on right now. Wow. I got I don't have the specs on here, but anyway, it's more memory, it's faster, and I went ahead and just went and actually I got it refurbished, so I didn't have to spend quite as much. But
I don't want to.
It's about the same cost as an iPad. Yeah.
Okay. So it's comparable to an iPad.
Yeah. But you can teach everything versus an iPad. You're stuck teaching only certain classes. There's
only a few classes you can't teach, but.
Well, true. But those are the ones I get booked for most. So
yeah, for me, depends on the person.
Exactly.
For some people, they just don't qualify they don't do the new level 1, or they don't do the trials, and then they're all set. But if that's what you like to do, then that does make a difference.
Exactly. And the other thing is that with other companies, you can use it too. Like iTutor Group, I couldn't do on an iPad, couldn't do GoGoKid on an iPad, anybody else. I can do them all on here too, because it's actually a laptop.
Very cool.
I don't have to close out. Now, I do not teach overnights if I'm traveling, but I will teach in the mornings and keep my hours on the weekends. So I'm able to do that with this.
So you should do a video on that. You might get a lot
I need to.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Idea.
That's new news to me.
But yeah, it's a Dell. Microsoft has a Surface that's just like it, but it's more expensive. So this is a Dell, and it's awesome. So I just want to share that with y'all.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thanks.
If people are thinking about something they need traveling, because most of I've never taken more than a day off or a weekend off. So. And I haven't taken a full weekend off since November of 2019.
You're going to get burnout.
2019. I had burnout. I've had burnout for a long time, and I pushed through it because I don't have a choice. But don't be like me. Take the time off.
But you could do like one extra class a day for 5 days and then take a day off or something. That's what I would do. So you have a block of time.
Oh, I have the other week there was nothing had booked on a Wednesday. So I did close it out. And my only tutoring class I do on Wednesday was canceled too. So I actually did have a full day where I didn't have to do anything. So
good.
I do randomly take maybe a day off, but not more than a day or two.
Because if you don't, you might get a headache or a backache or, something worse.
Well, I literally have it on my desk. Stays on my desk.
Oh, Candy, I'm sorry to hear about your mom. She said she has end-stage renal failure, so she's focusing on being there.
Oh, no.
I'm glad you have this type of job that you can focus on her and be there with her. So Let's see. Guys, I've missed so much in the chat. I apologize, but I'll keep going through it. You guys are awesome here in the chat. Thank you.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh, Helen, Georgia. I've never been there, but I heard that there's
I love Helen.
there's
Beautiful.
like a Germany
Village
fest thing that goes on there, and I would love, love, love to go there. So if anybody has plans to go to the German fest in that village, let me know and I'll come meet you there. Oh, see, Kim already knew that was coming. You're already in that chat. You guys are great. Let's see. Gestoria, not VIPKid, but I need a teacher for summer reading classes for a 9th grader. It's for a parent who is anxious. Good place.
Varsity Tutors does tutoring for American kids.
I think, or you can make your own class, Kim, is what.
I know, but I like to know that I'm getting paid through a company.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to worry about taxes and all that either. They send me the stuff.
Are you on Outschool? Yeah, you're on Outschool, duh. I say duh because her and I are moderators for the group. Anyway, you can link your Outschool classes on Gestoria.
Oh, I know that yet. I haven't messed with that yet.
Yeah, Stephanie. Oh, I just lost you, Stephanie. Sorry, Stephanie.
I was looking up the model of my laptop.
Brick Girls, I read up somewhere up there that she's looking for a house to buy. So she's hoping that summer will be a good one so they can save up money. I know I read that somewhere.
So in the comments, Stephanie says she was going to make a video about burnout, but she was too burned out.
That would be why my YouTube channel's not been having a lot of videos lately. I don't have the energy to make the videos.
It's true.
Man. You guys are awesome in this group. Luann, hey, thanks for coming. What is the exact model?
I am looking it up right now. I saw that comments. I am looking it up. Give me 1 second.
It's Oktoberfest. Yes, I've been to Oktoberfest in Germany, but I haven't been to any in the States. So I did not go to the original Oktoberfest because that's just too many drunk people that I don't feel like dealing with. So I went to all the smaller Oktoberfest, but many of them. Super cool. This has been great. Did we get to everybody for summertime?
Okay. Dell Latitude 2-in-1 touchscreen. It's a Dell Latitude 12.
Awesome.
How much is it?
It was comparable to an iPad. I think it was like right at a little over 500.
Wow.
But
what is the processor inside?
Let's see. I got an Intel i7 2.8 gigahertz dual core processor, 512 gigabyte SSD. Of course, it's Wi-Fi enabled, Windows 10, Bluetooth webcam, has all that stuff already built in. It has
an excellent
it have
webcam.
Manicam? I did not install a Manicam on there because I have the Lifetime. I have 2 parts to it, and I gave a friend the other one, so I can't put it on a third computer without paying again. But I've not found that I've needed it. I can usually get by with a whiteboard. I have actually not been relying on Manicam as much lately. I've been relying on a whiteboard more, and I've been getting more students that way. Not that necessarily that's why, but I've noticed I've been getting a lot more students since I've done that. I still use it some, but I guess because I'm the type that I get bored. So I want to do something different. I've had Manicam since I started teaching. So for 3 years now. So I just got tired of it for a while. So I've just kind of backed off of it, doing other things, and then I'll go back to it. It's still my go-to when I don't know how to explain a word. And I'm like trying to think of a way to explain like a strange animal they hadn't heard of or a job that they hadn't heard of. So it's still my go-to when I need it, but
or cotton candy.
Yes, that's yeah, exactly. Some of those words and phrases.
How do you TPR cotton candy?
Well, yeah, exactly. You can't.
That's all I think about.
And Kim, you just bring up a really good point. Like, you haven't taken time off for a long time, but you're finding ways to renew your energy by switching things up and doing something different. And I think that's a really good thing for people who can't take time off or who are just feeling tired, is change up your routine, do something new, different, get some new certifications, or just swap out how you're doing things, because that'll renew your energy a little bit.
Yes, I used to be all digital, and now it sounds strange, but keep in mind, I was a public school teacher for a while. I've started printing props, which I wasn't doing, and cutting out and doing not props, but rewards. So I have like stuff when I travel, I take with me like stars, dinos, just random things. Yeah. That little change really does help me renew my energy because you get in a rut. I have one student who I've taught over 100 classes, and I mean, that's normal for most of us, but I got burned out on what to do with her. For a while, we didn't even do any rewards. She just wanted to talk, so we talked. And then she started giving me rewards, and I was like, well, I need to give her rewards again. So I started printing some, and she's loved it. We've done some different things that she hadn't seen before, or stuff she wants to see. So she'll go, hey, can you, and she'll tell me something, and by the next week I'll show it to her. So
I'll never forget Evelyn teaching us to use like Dollar Tree or dollar store like wrapping paper and stuff, and she sent us some of those. That was so cute.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things I put in my video too, Mary, is like just switch something up, do something different that brings the joy to you, not just always thinking about the student, but making your classroom fun for you and something that you're enjoying. Because I feel like I've done that too. Like I got a new background from Amazon, and because I got tired of like the green screen when I go like this, and I kept seeing all the green. So then I was like, I'm just going to do a back, because I do knitting and I do other hand things for other classes. And, you know, and it's easier to me than just putting a whole bunch of stuff on the back of my thing. I'd rather just get one piece and it looks like I have a whole bunch of stuff behind me. Like right now I don't have a green screen, but I have the replace screen. But
see, this makes me happy. I know it sounds crazy, but putting all this up, because I used to make bulletin boards at the daycare I worked at, and we'd have to make them monthly or every 2 weeks and change it up. This makes me happy.
With different colors, different
colors, changing. I change it every month.
It stresses me out.
Well, I just look on. So I've told you before, I look on Google, I find clip art I like, I print it out in between classes, no shows with some of my tutoring students. While they're reading, I'll sit here and I'll cut it out, laminate it, throw it up, and it just makes me happy. Little things like that. I'm weird.
It's funny how your background can do that, because when I switched and had that Harry Potter one, I like Harry Potter, but it was very dark and dreary kind of looking. And it wasn't for me, you know, but the Eric Carle one, every time that one's up, I'm like, oh, it's amazing how your background, I mean, you see it, right? We're constantly looking at it. Yes. Candy said, I love Mary's positive energy. Oh, I know, right, Amanda? I love Mary's positive energy. I wish I could carry her around in my pocket.
Who said that?
That's from Candy.
Oh. Thank
you.
I
totally agree, Candy. Totally.
I can't tell you how many times I've messaged Mary.
Oh man, I love it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Let's see. Candy said, same Kim. I have a student. I stopped doing rewards because she likes giving me rewards. Cute. Luann said, your energy comes through the screen. And Candy said, I have a little girl. I tell her, you are so cute. She says, teacher, you are so cute too. Kids like that bring joy to the job.
Aw,
that's true.
I have a little 5-year-old, 5 and level 3, who is new to me. I've only taught her a few classes. If I could make her my regular and steal her from whoever teaches her and keep her forever, she's so smart and like very fluent. Like, oh, it is the funnest class to teach her. And she's so teeny. So like, oh, teacher, she's a little squeaky voice. Teacher, I like the farm. It is so fun to learn about the farm, teacher. I don't like cows or pigs, but I like sheep. I think they are very furry, teacher. Oh my goodness.
Oh my word. That's so funny.
She has and what she could come up with. So it was such a fun class. Her mom rebooks because all I do is chitty chat with her, and she just thinks I'm hilarious, and I think she is the cutest thing since Hello Kitty was ever invented. She's just a doll. Like,
Oh,
and
that's
5,
awesome.
she's so small. And how fun it is that she can come communicate with me. We can chat and talk. And so that class just lights me up. And so I don't have to have fancy green screen and Manicam rewards with her. It is just about the joy of speaking English with her, who is so advanced, to be able to challenge her, to teach her new words. Like it's really fun. So there will be different seasons. I think I had a season when, my goodness, I made bins and rewards and props galore. And then I had a season where I got to what was essential, what was most important, and created things that I sell in my Etsy shop that are just the essentials. You absolutely need conversation cards. You absolutely need find a star, but like you didn't need all the other fluffy stuff I used to make before. So like go to what's essential. And then I discovered digital, and my goodness gracious, I just love Manicam. So I think Kim, we had a backwards journey. My journey was really props heavy at the beginning with no tech tools. And now I'm on the other end of it with the tech, but I didn't give up on my props. So I think everyone's journey will be a little bit different and how you experience teaching. I think Manicam made my teaching fresh when I was getting bored. And so now, my goodness, it's fun to do everything, but I didn't give up my old props. I kept what was most essential and important.
Yeah. And I'll do that, go through and get rid of stuff eventually. And then I'll never give up my stuffed animals, because I love my stuffed animals. The students love this one. They think it's the funniest thing because it sits on my head, and I'll teach like this and I'll act like it's not there. And they think that's hilarious. That I can keep it as still as and I can talk with my hands and teach them, and it doesn't go anywhere. They think it's hilarious.
That's so
the
cute.
oldest, the youngest, they love this turtle. I meant to get a little turtle. I didn't read the measurements, but it works out.
I want to tell you about one of my sweet little students, Amanda, when you were talking about your little 5-year-old. I started with this student right after her 3rd birthday. She literally still sat in her diapers at night in the high chair when I first started with her. And she had a baby sister on my birthday about 9 days ago. And I saw the baby in class today. It was so adorable. So now little Tattooism is a big sister, and oh my God. So that gives me life when I have regulars that I can see grow from little high chairs to, she's a mid-level 3 student now at 4. And, she was trying to teach her new little sister some English today. Not that works.
Luann, I was thinking of that too. She said she switched things up by standing up. I just use sparkly stars and use them in different ways, such as light and dark. So, I just moved into the new house and I don't have my standing desk. And I'm telling you, I'm only teaching 4 classes in the morning right now, but I haven't sat in so long, and sitting makes me want to sleep during these classes. It is so crazy how just that.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. I was sitting there like, like I need to stand up.
I know. I noticed myself. Like I can't remember. Oh, I think I got a parent feedback. It wasn't a bad review, but it was a note from a parent that said I wasn't energetic or something. And I went back and I'm like, she was totally right. But I was, I need to stand. And sometimes I'll switch it up. I'll stand for a class, sit for a class. Yeah. But I have it set up. I can, in the middle of class, I can switch if I need to. So that's huge, I think.
I can with my regular desk, but not with my makeshift area here right now. So, I mean, you can tell my background's all like, maybe you can't tell, but one side is falling down. Like, it is what it is today, and it's going to be good enough today. Candy said some regulars you just connect to. I have had 2 students have me give their younger siblings English names. Oh, it is so cute.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question. Okay. So are we allowed to, when our kids get big enough, our students at VIPKid, invite them to be exchange students and come stay at our house? Because really, I'm about to do that with my level 6 kid. Like when he's ready to be an exchange student and come study in America, come live with teacher Amanda. Like,
I think that we can. I mean, had it not been for COVID, I was going to have 2 different families come and visit. And I think we have those personal relationships. I don't think there's anything in our contract that says we can't do that. That would
Isn't
be
there a
awesome.
section for that? Like when you go to ask for their addresses, doesn't it ask you about that?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I could totally be making that up right now. I have no idea.
I don't remember seeing that, Kasie, but I'd like that. That would.
I know people have met up, like come over to these states and they meet up.
Yeah.
I know that has happened. So
I had my
why not?
one parent whose daughter, the twins I teach, the daughter just hasn't been performing in school the way the mom wants. And she said, do you want me to send you over to Teacher Mary's to live? Yes. You know, I'd have to make her your guardian. Okay.
Aw.
I said, well, I would certainly welcome her, but.
Yeah. I would totally go, Candy. Sign me up for China. I'll go visit some people.
oh, me too. It's on my list. It's on my list.
We
Mhm.
should
I
do
wanted
it
to go.
together.
I wanted to go for the Olympics. You know, that ones
Mm.
that they were supposed to have in China. Was it? It was
Yeah.
this year?
I think
Last year?
last year, and now it's postponed.
Last year?
Yeah.
Whichever ones were canceled. That was our plan. We were gonna go, but
Oh, well, you would have been there at a huge touristy time.
I was gonna go to Journey. I was all set to go to Journey and I canceled and I'm still upset about it.
Candy said the lady who is the Hutong mom, I can't remember her name, but she spent the summer with her students.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That's awesome.
All right, friends, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, me too, Candy. Thank you, friends in the chat. You guys are awesome. We had a booming chat today.
Yeah, it was a busy day.
And ladies, thank you so much for coming and joining me. And always.
Thank you for always
Yeah.
doing. Kasie,
to
you're
see you
so
guys.
good. You're so good at creating community. And we
thanks.
don't thank you necessarily enough. So thank you for
Yeah,
always
thank
bringing
you.
us together and connecting us to other teachers. You do an amazing job.
Making it happen. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys.